Welcome to our next seminar, Applicant Marketing and Matching with the Companies. Today we look at different options to manage the applicant process. We look at vocational orientation in Germany, recruitment of suitable applicants, and setting up advertisement for DVET. Let's have a look at El Salvador and see how applicant marketing is working there. It's just an example. 100 applicants at a university or at a school receive a preliminary place. They do a 2-week course, which they have to pay for. Then they have an exam after these 2 weeks. The top 60 of them have a company interview, and out of this 60, 40 get a DVET contract. The company pays around $125 per month, and the students, they get their career for free. Colombian way. There is a model in Colombia. Just explain you a bit about how that is working. So the dual career is based there in 50% in company and 50% at a university. So what's happening? The students apply at the university. After secondary school, they apply at the university. The next is university finds a place, internship for them. So if they receive the place in university during the studies, they need to make internships, and the university is looking for places in companies. In the whole time, internship and also during the study time, the company is not paying. And the students, they don't get payment, but they are free at university. After finishing university, the students have to find a place to work. They have to find an employer. Maybe the chances during internship to companies were good, so maybe they find a place there. So 2 models I showed you. Now we come to the German model, the model that we basically use for dual trainings. It's a bit different depending on the area where you are. It's a bit different on the profession you're doing. It's in general a basic way. After secondary school, students apply at a company. So company is the starting point. There's a need for documents. Apprentices need to give some certificates like secondary graduation, some CVs and so on, motivation letter and so on. They have to give with applying to the company. The question is, how are they delivered? Through paper, in an envelope, or by internet, depending on the organization of the company, how they organize the whole process. There will be maybe a short internship for the applicant, just to see how the company is like, and just that the company gets to know the apprentices. And then there will be a contract of the dual training. So you see some different models, the way from El Salvador, Colombia, and what I mentioned about the German way. There are some pros and some cons. The question is, what fits for you? What fits for your situation in your country, company, or school? The German way needs some preparation in advance. So it's called a vocational orientation that we do. Young people have to know before they sign this contract with a company, which is already in the beginning of the apprenticeship contract with a company, they need to know before a bit clear what a company is like, what the vocational training is like. And so they have to match with each other. So what we do is an orientational program, and this is quite widespread. So some companies do come to school and introduce their companies there, introduce their trades and professions. Some companies open their doors so that young people and their parents can go into the companies and see what work is like there. We have special employment agencies connecting students or apprentices, possible apprentices from school and companies, connecting them and also trying to find matching. What are your interests? Does it fit with that profession that a company offers, and so on. Internships during the school time is possible and really sought by schools. So our schools, they say we want that our young people get really can really see clear about the way they want to go after school. So they put a lot of time in this vocational orientation. Vocational fairs, that's what we offer. So meeting different companies at one time in a big place, so you can get easily in touch with company owners, with HRs and so on. Big possibilities, and it's really well accepted for parents and for young kids. Internships, just going through holidays, maybe into a company, having there 1 or 2 weeks of internships, and also even, I mentioned already, during school time, you get free, and especially for internships, vocational orientation internships in companies. And parents. In all those steps, parents are involved. Parents are really important when we talk about vocational orientation. How is vocational orientation in your country? How does it look like there? What is the role of the parents in your situation? What role plays your culture in taking different professions or not taking professions? Is there a history, maybe in a family, keeping up a specific trait? Is it possible to break out if you see there are other possibilities for young lives? What is the role of the market? What is needed in your country? What is paid so that you can live with a payment? Where are possibilities to develop yourself? What does this mean for us? What does it mean for you regarding DVET? Just think about it. Or let's have some views about the trade you want to qualify, and a company is looking at potential apprentices, and apprentices are looking at a company. So what is important for potential apprentices if they look at a company, if they look at your company? I think one point that's very much in the beginning is the profession itself. What is your company doing? So is your company working in a health sector, or is it working in agriculture, or is it working in a technical area? So there are 3 really different professions or different areas where some people can work, where young people can work. So that's one of main criteria for people choosing the one company or choosing other company. So next criteria will be about the image of your company. So what do people know about your company? Is it a good image? Is it an unknown image, or is it a bad image? So how is your company known in the population of your country, or at least in the surrounding environment? Vocational training the dual, especially the dual vocational training that we are explaining you now, is not so much known, I guess, for your people. So the question is, how can they trust in this vocational training concept? You have to explain before, you have to introduce them to this concept, you have to show them the advantages, and so on. One criteria can be also from the view of the apprentice, how far is it from the home place to the company, or if they have to go to school, alternating to school and company, how far is it? Can they travel easily with public transport, with a bicycle, with car? Can they walk maybe? So those are some criteria for potential apprentice, what they will look at. The costs, is it costly? Do I have to pay, or maybe do I get money? So will I be paid for making my dual training in your company? So that's another big point and a big advantage of the dual training, if you can pay young people. And also the perspective of future income after the training. How are the possibilities of having a good income, of earning enough money? Don't want to say much money, enough money at least. So take a view from the other side. Now you are the company. First the apprentice was looking at you. So now you are looking as a company, you're looking to a potential apprentice. What is important for you? I think one very important mark is the motivation. Is this young person motivated to join the dual training in your company? Is this person motivated to finish the training, to be involved, and so on? Maybe the school marks are not so important. I know some German companies and the CEOs there, they're saying, no, school marks are fine if they're good, but they're not so necessarily, they must not be really good. It's not the highest criteria we have. Our criteria is very much motivation. So, but school marks that they are not important. They are also important. So we look also at school marks. We look at the age maybe. If you say, if someone is around 40 and wants to make a dual training in your company, you maybe say, why? So maybe that's not a good age for doing this. You're looking for younger people. So trustworthiness. Can you trust them? Are they trustworthy? Are they loyal to your company, and so on? So you will check out this. Also, one criteria mentioned before already is the distance. Apprentice to your company, how far is that? Is it sure, or can he organize it every day, your apprentice, that he will be on time in the company? Or is it just impossible or really hard to make it possible every day to be on time? So that's one criteria you have to deal with. Manners, good manners, discipline, and so on. There's some other criteria I think you know which are important for you, and you make a ranking and you say, okay, this is what is really important for us, this is second important, and so on. So think about your criteria towards your potential apprentice. Let me explain you a bit a model that you can take for your own marketing. It's called AIDA, German pronunciation. AIDA stands for attention, interest, desire, and action. This is one model to connect to your target group. What does it mean? Attention. So you make them aware, your target group needs to be aware of what you're offering. next step will be interest. Something that you catch their interest for your company, for what you are offering. Third step will be a desire. You have to recall a desire in them. So they say, oh yeah, it talks to me, so I want to do something. What can I do? How can I get into action? And so you have to offer them possibility to act. So now we look at an example of an advertisement poster. You see it's a Bosch poster advertising for whatever. So the first thing that we see if we look at this picture, two lovely looking young people there, boy and a girl. It catches our eyes, attention. It gains attention. We're looking at this poster and then we look closer. Oh, it's company, it's Bosch. Okay. I know Bosch. I've heard about it. Not so bad maybe. We look closer. Attention. Bosch, the good image. So what's written on there? Okay. Welcome at Bosch. What's written there in German? We move big things. Hey, we move big things. What is that they're moving? Let's be remarkable. Oh, great. Oh, me. I want to be remarkable. I want to move great things. So you see, it comes into desire. From attention, we see these two people. We have interest because we see, oh, it's a company that we know, good image. We look closer, we see, there comes the desire up. We want to be remarkable. We want to be a part of this company. So, and now we look closer again and we see the small circle. There's some information in there. It's a vocational orientation day that they're offering. We see when it's starting and we see what time it is and we see where we have to go to. So now we can come into action. Our kids maybe talk to the parents, or if parents see this advertisement, they talk to their kids and say, hey, that's a good thing. Let's go there together. And it's all the AIDA model that you can apply on this poster. So maybe it gives you some ideas of creating an advertisement poster for your company and for your dual vocational education training. So as we come to the end for our model, applicant marketing and matching with companies, I have some exercises for you, and you just pick one of them, sit together with a fellow and create maybe a small flyer for your dual vocational education training, or maybe you go to the radio station and you say, we want to create a short clip for a radio call, or maybe you're using Facebook in your company, or you want to start with using the internet. So how can be a website, how can a website look like in the internet, or how can be a post in a Facebook look like to have this AIDA, this attention, this interest, desire, and then these action possibilities for the users. Or you say, we go to school, we visit school, secondary school, and we make an advertisement there for our company and the training we're offering. Or you create a poster like we just saw from Bosch. Or whatever ideas you have, just apply the AIDA model and create one thing out of the ones I give you, or find another one. I'm happy to hear from you. Hope you have some good experience. Hope you can use some of the materials I shared with you today. And see you next time. Bye.